An NYU student speaking out after she was randomly attacked in Greenwich Village. A 20-year-old student was on her way to class Monday morning when the man just ran up, slapped her, and then threw her to the ground.
Yeah, and this morning, the man who allegedly attacked her is behind bars, and we're learning that he has a history of trouble in the past of attacking women. So let's get to Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lance, live for us in Greenwich Village with what we know so far. Shantae.
Pedro and Charlene, good morning. It's kind of your worst nightmare as a student or walking the street of New York City, a random attack and being targeted, not knowing why. That's exactly what happened, and it was caught on surveillance right here in this area near NYU. You can actually see this girl walking down the street from her class. It was around 9:30 in the morning, broad daylight, and then the suspect walks up on the side of her, winds up, hits her on her backside, and then hits her again before walking off. She, of course, reported that to police. He was later caught yesterday, actually, and he was identified by police as 45-year-old James Rizzo, who is homeless. He was arrested yesterday after police responded to a 911 call. They found him sleeping inside a nearby apartment building near Washington Square Park. Rizzo was charged with assault, sexual abuse, and also persistent sexual abuse for his history of assaults on women. He was released from state prison in September after serving 2 years on a persistent sexual abuse conviction. Rizzo has 16 prior arrests.
16 prior arrests. And this person is not behind bars perpetually. This person is not behind bars for the rest of his life. And this isn't the first time he's done this. And we're going to get to the girl's testimony because I do have it here. And if you see in the video that I blur out the actual attack, it's because YouTube guidelines will not allow me to play that. They will probably age restrict the video. They only don't do that for the news. I'm assuming the news have some sort of contact with YouTube where they are allowed to show that without being age restricted. My point is that this guy has had so many prior arrests, and he served 2 years for the last time he did this exact same thing to multiple other women. And the city of New York thought that it was the brightest thing to let this guy back out. Because in blue cities, in blue states, crime is no longer persecutable. Well, that depends. If you are usually a minority with a history of crime, you can just be let out and no problem. Now, if you're a citizen like Daniel Penny, who was trying to protect others in the train from a maniac, and you accidentally, take his life trying to protect others, then you are a devil and you should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which is what happened to Daniel Penny in New York. Luckily, he was acquitted of all charges because everyone could see that Daniel Penny was innocent. Well, not everyone. We know the far leftists, obviously, and the DA thought otherwise. But the people with common sense knew that that charge was a fake charge. But this is what we've gotten to. It's just like the other guy in I believe it was Philly, who, took the life of that girl, that unsuspecting white girl in the train. This was somebody who had 14 prior arrests and was let out. Why was he out on the street? Why was this guy out on the street? Why? Because leftists think it's virtuous to let out violent criminals out in the street because they are people too, not knowing that what they do is perform injustices for the everyday innocent person. How does the saying go? I believe the saying goes, justice for the criminal is injustice for the law-abiding citizen. And what I mean by that is justice for a criminal, not necessarily I don't know if that's how the saying goes, but basically it's just saying when you don't punish a criminal, you are actually punishing the law-abiding and the innocent people, because you are letting that criminal out onto the streets to, what is the word that I'm looking for? To terrorize, and I know that's not the exact word that I want to use, but to terrorize normal citizens again, to attack and victimize. That's the word. You allow them to come back and victimize the same people you claim to want to protect. Why was this guy out on the street? Don't know. And it took for this girl going viral on TikTok for them to actually catch him. Because apparently when she called the cops, they didn't care. They didn't care. Nobody showed up. It was a non-emergency. Nobody cared. And this is what New York has gotten to. And this is why I say, not claiming that this young girl was a liberal student or whatever, but this is why I say that liberal white women are the worst kind of people in the United States, because they will vote for their own demise, for your demise and their demise, while claiming that they are the real oppressors because of the color of their skin, because they are white.
I'm kind of freaking out right now, but I decided to make myself feel better. I feel like talking about it and letting other people know, and be aware will make myself feel better. So if you're a young girl living in New York City, and going to NYU, please be careful. I was just on my way this morning at 9:20 a.m. walking to class on Broadway off of Waverly Place where that Fresh & Co is. And as I'm walking with my headphones on listening to music, I feel something slap me so hard, literally on my ass, so hard. And I was oh my god, ow, that hurts so bad. And I was oh, I thought it was one of my friends. So I was gonna turn around and be ow, that hurts so bad, why did you do that? But when I turned around, I just saw this old white guy, and right when I turned around, he grabbed my fucking hair like this and yanked me and threw me to the ground. My headphones went fucking flying, and I was just on the ground, and I saw him just bolt away down Waverly, and I was holy shit, what the fuck just happened? This group of girls are so nice. They came up to me and they were they helped me up. They're are you okay? What the fuck just happened? And I was honestly in shock. I wasn't crying yet, and I was oh my god, what the hell was that? And then this really nice guy came up to me and helped me call the police after, and I made a report. But that was honestly the scariest experience of my life. So if you're by campus and you see this tall white guy, homeless looking guy with a beard and sweats or something, please report him. Be careful. And yeah, just be aware when you're walking anywhere right now in New York, because I never thought this was gonna happen to me, just because I was I've seen the stories and I was oh, that's so scary, but having it actually happen now, it's oh my god, you need to be aware at all times. Now I'm pissed because I've been doing all this boxing. I should have gotten up and chased after him and squared his bitch ass up. That would have been a sick story. Also, mind you, this is literally my first day back from Thanksgiving break, and I literally have finals in 2 weeks, so the timing is insane. So I just watched the footage of my assault, and I'm gonna say it's definitely violent. Thank you so much, my best friend Summer, for literally going to the liquor store where it happened in front of and getting the surveillance footage of the assault. I'm shocked I even got this. I have sent it to NYU security, and they're forwarding it to the police, and it actually is the guy that has been assaulting many girls around campus right now. He is a tall white male with long brunette hair and a long brunette beard, and is wearing gray sweatpants and a big black puffer jacket and a blue towel around his neck. So if you see him, please call 911 and report him to the police, because they are looking for him, because he has done this to so many girls, and this is disgusting. So I'm just gonna say trigger warning, because it's honestly a really hard watch, I mean for me, just because it happened to me, but just watch if you're interested, but it's definitely not cute. So this is right before it all happened. So I circled where I'm walking. I just crossed the street and I'm walking down the right side of Broadway, and then you can see that he literally followed me across the street, and that's him right there, and he literally targets me and approaches me and does this. You can tell literally everyone around is literally in shock. These girls don't know what to do. It's so terrible, and then they thankfully helped me up and asked if I was okay, and then you can see the man was asking if I was okay, and then later on he helped me call the police. I just really want to emphasize how not okay this is. I am a student at NYU. I should not be scared to be walking the street to go to my 9:30 a.m. class. These people are disgusting, and they should not be able to be walking around the street freely, targeting girls and doing this, because I heard that this guy did this a month ago. That is not okay. We need to get these people. That's not okay. I'm honestly still in shock, but I'm more enraged that things like this are able to happen in this city, and we really need to do something about it because this is unacceptable. This just shows that you really need to reflect on who you're voting for and supporting right now, because New York needs help, and we're just not getting the help we need, and this is crazy.
This is why I said that I don't think that she is a liberal. It's because she said it. You need to reflect on who you're voting for. You need to see the consequences of your actions. But again, to the liberal mind, to the leftist mind, a little bit of crime is worth letting criminals onto the street to assault other people. Some women being assaulted, some women going through traumatic experiences is okay as long as they can get their virtue signaling in. Again, this wasn't the first time this guy's done it. This wasn't the second time. He had already 14 prior arrests, and he was let back out after 2 years to be able to commit the same crimes over again. This is just a sad situation through and through, but it just goes to show what New York has turned into. I don't remember New York being this bad when I was living in New York, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But I think that the things had not gone crazy just yet in New York. And so I think before I left, things were relatively normal in New York City. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. And if you like what I do here and you want to support my work, I have links in the description box below. You can buy me a coffee or send me a Cash App. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.